I told him that we can import several different products, and I mentioned that we could do shea butter and shea butter oil, and then I know which one about hibiscus. I told him about dried ginger, or is it ginger? What is it?
Sure. Here.
Or what are we more so focusing on now?
So right now I'm doing it with the hibiscus flowers. So yeah, I'm on it's live. This is the Diary of an African Entrepreneur. Today I'm here with Alex and just showing how you sell these hibiscus flowers. You know, I've shown that we sell the dry hibiscus flowers by, in bulk. And so anyways, ginger, shea butter, hibiscus. Right?
Ginger, shea butter.
Yeah, and those could be in different forms.
Okay.
So whatever forms they come, whether it's powder, oil, or in its raw form.
Okay.
So there's different ways we process it.
But today we're going to be focused on hibiscus flower.
Yeah, so today we're going to focus on the hibiscus flower because we're going to try to sell. My challenge to myself, and I made it public, was to sell, over 50,000 pounds within 30 days. So that's my challenge to myself, and that's what I'm doing. I need a charger. I left mine in the garage. But so that's what we're doing.
Where's it at?
And then how do I? It's in right next to my desk. If you just, it's on the wall. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't know. Should I do this on Instagram Live or on? Oh yeah. Thank you, sir. But is it long enough? That's the thing.
You know, connect to your computer?
No, I want to plug it into the wall.
Oh, where's the battery pack right here?
Perfect. Thank you. That's what it's for. Appreciate it. So, yeah. This is the new iPhone, huh?
Oh.
It's all good. Let me see. Does it work? Yep, it does work. Don't allow. All right. So I don't know. Should I do this on Clubhouse or should I do this on?
What do you usually get the most views or most feedback when it comes to this for hibiscus flower?
Yeah, Clubhouse. Let's see. Let's put it on
Clubhouse.
So we're gonna start a room. I'm one of the founders of the Agriculture in Africa room on Clubhouse. So if you're on Clubhouse, you can join Agriculture in Africa. That's where I usually share things about any of the agribusiness stuff.
Okay.
But
I'm actually not on Clubhouse.
yeah. And then on my website, dreamsandambition.com, I have, that's really where you're gonna get like the links to these random, pop-ups, these workshops kind of thing. So I do that. And then I'll go on Instagram and put it in the link in my bio so that as I talk on Clubhouse, people can just go to link and they can watch it live. So I do this. All right. How to sell 50,000 pounds. Should I put 50,000 pounds of what? Or just leave it anonymous?
Leave it anonymous. Or just, if you leave it anonymous, you don't want to get flagged out. I think you would.
All right, so look, we're doing this. Let's see. Look at that. Someone's already joined. So let's see, but we haven't made it public yet. So look at people hop in. Welcome, everybody. So I did one earlier today. I'm here with a friend of mine and also someone that is, selling our hibiscus flowers. So I thought we should do this live because I'm running through some kind of training or a workshop on how to sell them. And I made this public in one of my other rooms where I told you guys I was challenging myself to sell over 50,000 pounds of hibiscus flower within 30 days. And so I'm keeping to that. And I'm showing you guys how I'm doing it. Earlier today, I opened a room, and I believe some people in this room were there. Lillian, I see you. So welcome again. But we're gonna do this live. So I'm doing some training here, and I'll share this with you guys. I'm live streaming this on YouTube as well. I'm gonna put this link in my bio, in my Instagram bio. That way you can watch it live. Let's see here. How do you share this stuff? All right, there we go. All right, so welcome to everybody. This is Shalom from the Diary of an African Entrepreneur. And as always, I'm talking about business in Africa. I'm talking about agriculture in Africa, how to do trade from Africa. Hey, Mo, what is up? How are you? Man, I haven't seen Mo in a while. But, that's what I always talk about. But I make it very practical, and that's what I'm trying to do here. So I show you guys everything from the farm to now trying to sell it, in the diasporas. I show you exports, all of that. What's up, Mo? Yeah, I can hear you. That's dope. Welcome, man. Yeah, here. Do you want me to move you to the audience? All right. So I'm here with my boy Alex, and we're talking about how to sell 50,000 plus pounds of hibiscus flowers, right? I show you guys my farms in West Africa, how we go about farming it. My family's big into farming, so we farm a lot of agricultural commodities. And for me, I took it a step further where, we export, getting into manufacturing, etc. And through my Diary of an African Entrepreneur, I'm just showing this is how it goes down, right? Not this is how it really goes down. So I've imported several containers of hibiscus flowers. Now it's about how do you sell that? And I always try to give just practical stuff. Most Black communities drink hibiscus. So if you have Jamaican homies, Caribbeans, they call it sorrel, right? If you have the Mexican community around here, we're in Cali, so the Mexican community, what? They call it Flor de Jamaica. There's no Mexican restaurant, even Chipotle. You're not gonna go to most Chipotles around here.
Especially in Cali.
Yeah. So everybody sells it. It's already there. You can go to Winco, Costco, even 99-cent stores. Some of them carry it. So that's really it. Now, some of your questions earlier, which is why I decided let's open this. How do you sell it? How much does it cost? Who buys it? All those type of things. I do that in most of my rooms that I open. So we go on Amazon. I did that this morning and got a customer. Yeah. That's where I just got this. Yeah. You saw that live.
Yeah. I did.
You saw that live. So the same thing I just did this morning was what somebody, yeah. So we went on Amazon this morning, typed in dried hibiscus flowers. And if you're listening, you can watch this live on YouTube as well. But if you're listening, you can do this as we speak. All right. So you can go on Amazon and type in dried hibiscus flowers, and then look at how much it sells for from the lowest to the highest. What's the cheapest you can find, and what's the highest price you can find. By the way, I'm going to pull up, if anybody's watching on YouTube, like I said, go to the link in my Instagram and you can watch this live on YouTube. I'm going to show you guys the flowers too. I have like, how many pounds do we have here? This is, all right. So
you're like literally like the first results. This is like low to high.
So 3.5 ounce. No, look. This is 3.5 ounce.
Not compared to that, yep.
You get it.
You know the pound.
How much is that?
3.5 ounces is $6.85.
So 3.5 ounces is $6.85.
So breaks down to $1.94 an ounce.
So $1.94 an ounce. Now there's 16 ounces in a pound. So you do the math.
No, we think we did this earlier.
$1.94 times 16.
Hold on. 16 times 194. So $31.
So that's $31 for a pound.
Yep.
Okay.
And that's the low. That's the low. What do you even get the pounds yet?
All right. So find one that's
a pound.
Okay. The cheapest pound you can find and the most expensive one. So for anybody on YouTube, these are hibiscus flowers right here, right? Let me pull up the bag. This is it. That's over 50 pounds right there.
All right, now maybe you can educate me here on how to read this.
What?
Because now we're from high to low.
Okay.
And as you can see, like the first one, they have a lot of reviews also. So what kind of packaging is that?
You're talking about which one?
Yep.
Yep. And that's $417.
Yeah. And they have a lot of reviews. So what are they doing? What could they be potentially be doing different?
Isn't this crazy?
Yeah. No, but that's what I was like. Wait, I didn't know. I was just
how?
to see that.
I'm amazed.
That's a question to ask them.
Even I'm amazed, right? Bro, look at that. And this is Frontier Store. So if anybody listening, you can search this yourself. No, this is 10 cents.
Yeah.
So
they're
talking about 10 pounds.
They're doing a whole package.
Right, they're just doing a package. So 2 sets, and 3 sets of 16 ounces. I mean, that's still, $41. Still a lot.
Yeah. And they have over 3,000 reviews, so that could be a potential.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I look for people like this.
Yeah.
And then contact them. Right? There's no magic whatever to this. And then maybe you're not buying in bulk. Let's break it down. How can you make money off of it?
Yeah.
How are other people making money off of it? So we'll break that down, just like I did earlier for you.
So example, would that be like this company look like they kind of like put their own brand on there?
Exactly. So you can get these type of bags, which you can still find on Amazon and order and package them inside and throw your sticker on it. That's what people are selling on Amazon. Right now.
How much is that one? How much are they?
So what is this? Dang, is that $66?
Yeah, these guys are pushing it. Like they're pushing it.
So, anyways, the way I break it down, like I said, with my content, I've shown the shea butter bricks, and a lot of people mistake that for like someone trying to sell cocaine and stuff like that. Well, with the flowers, think about some other flowers that people sell, and you break it down the same way. Some people sell it by the ounce. Some people sell it by the pound. It's the same thing. It's just that we, as a Black community, it's just not clicking, because the people that come to buy from me are Hispanic, Asian.
So like, would this be like a good example? I think these guys are pushing like 3 pounds, right?
Look at that.
For $45.
Look at that.
$45.99.
So it's like I don't know. Yeah. When you break it down, we're doing the same thing with other things, but for some reason this doesn't click. And this is from Africa. And not only that, when you look at shea butter, it only comes from us. And then other people buy it from someone like us, and then middleman and flip it back to the Black community. But it's
we
like
get taxed for it.
It's like sometimes hitting your head on the wall, trying to show people like this is what happens every day, but we're not part of it. Most of us are. I don't see anybody that look like me. That's why I'm using this as a platform to give Black men, especially, an opportunity. This is legal. I'm never going to get arrested for this.
Wow, yeah, a lot of people change this into tea too.
You can make it into a tea brand.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things you can. And hibiscus is not just used for drinking. It's used for coloring. It's the health benefits for people with diabetes. What community has high rates of diabetes?
Our community, bro. Like
Cholesterol.
sense.
Okay.
And these are all the benefits.
This is natural. This is straight from the farm. I didn't put nothing in it. That's why I show it. There's nothing added to it.
It smells good too.
And it smells good. So this is what Diary of an African Entrepreneur is about. This is what I'm trying to. I've been inspired by. Obviously, rather, I've been. What would you call it? Not just inspired, but my story is moving from West Africa to America. I've seen different perspectives and seen what we often not just complain about, or what we're often challenged with. And there is a disconnect between the continent and the diaspora. But once it can click, once it could connect, and people can understand the business of it. That's why even in this club, Agriculture in Africa, I always start by breaking down the agribusiness value chain. And that's on my blog. I mean, on my blog, I put everything on there. It's there for free. I didn't charge anything. All my events that I've been doing for the last 5 years, you know that.
Yeah.
I get corporate sponsors. That way it's free for anybody that attend. From the bar to everything.
From Shalom down.
You get me?
Yeah.
So it's about, okay, if it connects, if it clicks, if it makes sense to you, you buy a brick of shea butter. If you were to buy a brick of shea butter at, let's call it $15, and you broke that down to 4 ounces, and you sold each of those for $10, you do the math. We just broke it down. Let's use marijuana, because we use that as an example. Let's say you buy a pound of weed for how much? $2,500.
Yep.
Okay?
So you got 2,500.
All right, 16 ounces. You divide it by 16.
Yep.
How much is that?
56.
All right. How much can you resell it for?
Depends on your market, but let's just say on average, we just do $200.
Okay, so $200, right?
Yep.
Minus what you bought it for.
So 2,500.
Minus what you bought it for. Because you have to divide it by 16. So 2,500 divided by 16, about $156. You sell it for 200. Let's even say it's 150. You sell it for 200 and you get
about $700.
Okay. So 700 divided by 3,200. What are those numbers?
No, that's your profit right there already. You're up $700.
So let's break it down simply so people can, because not everybody listening can really. So let's say 2,500 divided by 16, okay, is $156.
Yeah.
That's how much you would buy by ounce.
By a 4.
Right, by the ounce. So I'm sorry, So now you take that 156, you can turn that 156 and resell it up to $200.
Yep, use your profit about $44 right per.
So let's make it 50.
Yep.
So that you're making more. So 200 minus 150 is 50. Now 50 divided by what?
Will you do it there 16 again? Or is it the 25?
Let's call it, because 50 is your profit.
Yeah.
Divided by what you bought it for. So let's say 150.
150 again.
Okay. And that is how much percent? That's 0.33. Now, to get a percentage, you multiply it by 100. So that's 33% margin.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's do the same thing with hibiscus. Let's say you're getting it for what? How much per pound do you want to get it for?
Because 1 pound of it.
Let's go at 10.
$10, right?
$10. Let's call you're getting it for $10. Let's say you're getting it for $10 a pound.
Okay.
All right. Right? That's very different than $2,500. But you're getting it for $10 a pound. Now, how much did you find a 4 ounce for? It was like $6.50.
Around like $6.85, $6.90. Close to $7.
Okay, close to $7. Let's keep it at $6.
Yep.
All right.
Just keep it fair.
$6 an ounce. Sorry, not $6. We found it at $2, $1.95 an ounce. That's what it was. All right. So $1.95 an ounce times 16. That's $31. So you spent $10. So 10 divided by 30. That's not even.
That's over 100% markup.
So that's even. Right? But that's even selling it at $2.
Yeah. And then we just saw other people. I don't know what they were doing, but they were
selling it for how much?
Like $417 and said like.
So it's about margins.
Mm.
That's business. It's about margins.
It's illegal too.
Yeah.
So like the list of people that I just found, we would just contact them with a composed email, right? Like a template email.
Exactly.
Just more so just showing them like, hey, it's already here with the video and
with your price. That's it.
Yeah, you can do like 10. You can do about 10 emails a day.
And that's emails. I even do calls.
Oh, you call them too? You're already tracing them down?
Look, this is sales. And that's the thing. This morning I was doing a room on sales and marketing, and I was talking about not everybody understands sales or can do sales. That's it. Everybody has their strength, right? But if you're gonna do sales, shoot, you might as well do it.
Pick up the phone.
Yeah, these are old school principles that still work. Just because the internet's there doesn't mean certain basic things, don't apply anymore.
Fundamentals of sales.
There's some fundamentals of just communication.
I like that. Wow.
And at the end of the day, there's somebody else that sells hibiscus flowers just like I do, but they don't sell it just like I do. You get me?
Yes.
So the product's the same. People that sell insurance, cars, okay, you go to a car lot. There's 500 dealerships. What makes you pick one versus the other? Maybe it's convenience, maybe it's the location, or maybe you just have one sales rep that you really seem to just like.
Yeah. Everybody has their own niche.
Everybody has their own thing, and this is ours.
Yes.
So there should be more pride in us using our own product. And that's part of where I'm trying to get us to connect and understand. Like, look, I've done all the work for you. Like, I've shown this for years. And that's what I love about this is you've been around with me since 2014.
Yeah. It's been years. But I saw the process from how you even started, just when it was just more so even an idea.
And this is where I wanted Moses to come up, because Moses, the barbershop I go to here in Orange County is somewhere that similar to Coming to America. That was where I really got a lot of understanding of what it meant to be a Black man in America.
Yeah.
That's just the truth.
Perfect example.
I came here as a teenager, so it was different. I mean, it's just the journey of an immigrant, really. You don't know. I didn't grow up learning about Martin Luther King or knowing that this is what, from an African perspective, most Africans see the United States and America different. But you don't know that you get treated different until you get there. So, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to, this is my way of empowering my community, man. It's how can I break bread with you?
Yes.
We've built a good relationship over the last, at least 6-7 years, right? And I've been showing you that process in and out. Oh, yeah, answer. Hold on. So, Diary of an African Entrepreneur. All right, everyone. So if you have any questions, please feel free to come up. Like I said, I pop these rooms open randomly. This was an opportunity where Alex came in, and Alex has been solid with me for a long time, working with me for a long time. We've done some projects, and I've been trying to show this side of and really connect more than talking about we need to build together and all that. No, we need to practice it, not just talk about it. Talking about it is one thing. That's just chit chat. If we're going to break bread and we're going to build our community and us as a people and build the continent and build the diaspora and change the future of Black people all over the world, then this is kind of what we have to learn. This is what we have to do. I like seeing things like Earn Your Leisure and seeing that, there are people practicing what they preach and actually doing things to build us up. I'm passionate about that because growing up in West Africa, the perception and experience I've had in life up until I moved to America is different. It's not what you expect. But at the end of the day, for us as a people, ownership is important. But you can't own nothing if you don't really understand or learn, or, we have to take the time to practice these things, to be willing to fail and take risks and think bigger. At the end of the day, think bigger, because it's required, and the only time is now. So I do this because I also, as you can see, I opened it up. If I didn't open up this room, nobody would have known that I'm over here with Alex, and we do this often. So I'm about people who show up. I'll give the opportunities to anybody that shows up, but you got to show up. That's part of putting in the work. And most people won't even do that part. That's like the easiest thing to do. Just showing up. It's not like I charge anything, which I will, because God damn it, this shit is, you're not going to, even MBA students, I feel sometimes won't get this kind of insight from a real experiential standpoint. But Dreams and Ambition has been my community. It is a vision I've had for over a decade of bridging the continent with the diaspora and creating our own opportunities. Yeah, creating our own opportunities, because if we keep waiting for people to do that for us, then it's not gonna happen. And this is not church. Like, I'm not just here to speak every week and people just, nah. This is if you really want to change your life, change your future, change your family's, like generations. That's real wealth. It's not about the money. And that's why I've done it the way. It's not been easy, but it's real. People are doing this. Like, all the Black women in here, I know you use shea butter. I know that. And if I'm lying, please come up and tell me. But where does shea butter come from, and who's your supplier? And Mo, actually, I would love for you to come up, because let's talk about it, and let's do this live too. Like, let's create opportunities in Atlanta. This is stuff we're going to duplicate. I'm just using hibiscus right now as an example, and I show it with shea butter as well. So let's talk about the shea butter side, Mo. This is something we can do. Even in Atlanta, there's tons of stores that carry hibiscus syrup, right? So this is what I'm saying. I'm looking for people who want to think big, like distribution. You get me? It's that's all it is. It's distribution. You find a market, you find an audience. I know shea butter is much easier for our Black market and our Black audience, but especially you're in the health and beauty space, right? So you know a ton of people in that arena. But this is where it is. It's That's a good question. I can't come up with one off the top of my head. But who's going to do it? I mean, I can think of maybe Shea Moisture. These are some of the ones that pop into my head, the popular ones. Cantu, Shea Moisture. There are some independent ones. Kyrie Shea Medleys, they have good products, but there is no household lotion. I mean, and nowadays, more people are moving towards shea butter. I know there's a lot of shea butter brands, or at least people that use shea butter as their base. Even these lotion companies, look on the back of them. Wow. And look, that's the education we need to be doing and giving. This is part of the education. Like, it's about health and wellness. For me, it's about trade and wellness. I want to talk about trade because that's where money moves, right? And wellness. We need more mental wellness and physical wellness. Like, these are things we need. It's not even a want. These are needs in our community. So that's why I'm breaking this down like this. You're in Atlanta, right? Just like I broke this down. We can find customers in Atlanta. That's why I'm doing this. Like, I just showed you how to find customers, right? We can find more customers. I bet I could find supermarkets in Atlanta, and we can have this next week, and I'll tell you that I got a sale there. But that's what I'm saying. And even more, Mo, we actually know each other. It's not just a clubhouse person, but I'm the plug on this. I call myself the Hibiscus King, and that is part of my brand, the Diary of an African Entrepreneur. And this is why I'm showing it and I'm giving it. These are the opportunities. And I'm specifically opening up to Africans and Black people in the diaspora. But yet, part of why I talk this way and passionate is because, to be honest with you, sometimes I'm just frustrated. Because we talk, but it's not us that is going out to do it. It's not us this, and how many times have I done this? Like, Alex, we literally just did this, and someone from Nevada, and that's from this morning. Some people in this room were there this morning. So it's like, if we're gonna do it with, if you want to do it with, it's not legal in every state, but it's easy for people to understand it with marijuana, right?
Yes.
So no problem. I'll break it. I do it just as good as any other dealer out there. It's a plant, it's a flower, the shea butter, break it down by kilo. Mm-hmm. So it's the same thing.
It's just like you said, people need to make that connection.
Everybody needs to make that connection. And that's why we're doing this live. Okay, if it's the numbers, understand margins. You might make, let's say you can make $50 on something. And that sounds like more money than $5, right? Yeah. But $5 could be 3x.
Yeah.
$5 could be 200%, okay, while $50 could only be 33%. Mm-hmm. And that's it. If you're in the e-commerce space, private label, we get these, put in bags. Where's the sample bag?
That's the same thing.
I don't have it here, but if anybody wants to see samples of it, you can go on YouTube right now. I'm on YouTube Live. The link is in my Instagram, the bio in my Instagram, and so you can see the actual flowers. But yeah, you can private label. Throw your brand on there, throw a sticker on there, and sell it online. Go on eBay. There's people selling it on eBay. We saw it $16 a pound, yeah, right? So it's everywhere. You go to your local farmers market, especially if it's in the Hispanic community. If you're in Texas, you definitely see it everywhere. Atlanta, definitely. The DMV. Nevada, And we're not even tapping into Latin America yet.
We're not even in New York.
Exactly. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Well, I'm going to welcome Ijoma. Welcome. Do you have any questions or comment? Say that one more time. You said, I didn't hear what you said about shea moisture. Right. There you go. There you go. So, and let me put you guys on game too. Unilever, actually, that entity started in West Africa, and its old name was the Royal Niger Company. So do your research. The Royal Niger Company.
It started in West Africa.
Yep. As a trading company. Exactly. So what I'm telling you, what I'm showing you that I'm doing is what they've been doing. And by the way, I didn't start this. Maybe I should just give a little background, right? I'm born and raised in northern Nigeria, and trading is something that I've grown up doing. Selling, trading, we farm, we're farmers, we're hunters. So we farm, we come from farming communities. We've always farmed, and then we trade. You know, there was times where maybe you want to trade some corn for some sugar, you know, or today is Salah. So Eid Mubarak to everybody who's Muslim. And, you know, maybe you want to trade a goat for some corn or some fonio. So that's trading. We've traded salt. And then let's get deeper. That's where you start, or not start. That's where eventually, or what led to the trading of slaves, humans. These are the same, trade routes and ports that were used to trade sugar. They were used to trade humans. So I'm again, this is to just, I hope it connects. I really do. But Ijoma, do you have any question or any other comment? Thank you for that, by the way. And you're right. Moses.
Yes.
What's good?
What's going on?
Does it make sense?
It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, man. And that's what I hope that we can get more and understand and actually start getting involved in. A lot of people want to get into agribusiness or get into agriculture in Africa, and everybody's thinking, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go start a farm. And it's like, man, people are selling you a fantasy out here. That's just the truth. And then when people fail, they say, oh my God, this is my experience in Africa, and this person lied to me, or this person cheated me. And it's like, well, you're not even taking advice. And the truth is, I've been doing this for so long and giving free advice. And yet the reality is, most people don't want to hear from somebody like me. They don't want to, a lot of people hear you, but I'm still a brother. I'm still from Nigeria. And then when I come to the States, I have to come, put on my best American accent so that I can relate with the diaspora. But if to say I did Nigeria, yeah,
Can't be you.
I'd just be myself. Now I could go about the rest of my life and do this quietly. And we've been doing it for a while. But it's about building. If it's the information, you're getting it. if it's the education, you'll get it. But there also has to be some kind of commitment from your end. Sometimes that commitment is just, what did it cost you to hop into this clubhouse room? It cost them a lot cheaper than it cost you, Alex, because you took time, you drove over an hour. You get it. So sometimes it's just showing up and being willing to learn. But then I also get this. A lot of people will reach out and want everything for free. Like, okay, that's not what you expect when it's a white man over there. You're willing to pay for consulting. You're willing to take the advice and actually practice it.
When it comes to us, we hesitant on it. We want a discount.
Yeah.
We know you have bills too, but we still want you to cut a deal on your product.
Cutting a deal is not a problem. Buy enough of it, I'll cut you a deal. No problem.
No, for free. When I say deal, for free.
Right? No. This is not that. You know, I'm a businessman, and it hasn't. You know, you learn over time. It's a journey. That's why I call it Diary of an African Entrepreneur. It's definitely a journey, and through my blog, I share the principles that have gotten me to here. You know, it's not a lot of people. There's nobody in this room that knows me offline other than Mo. But I've used these principles since college. Discipline, dedication, discernment, passion, purpose, persistence. These principles are what I have used from soccer. I've had success in soccer. I've tried real estate. That's where we connected.
Yep.
When we used to flip houses in California, right? But those things for me, and the fashion industry, but those things didn't have impact. I'm selling hibiscus flowers proudly because this is what farmers from my village farm. This is what this year, if I'm able to sell 50,000 pounds, right? I can hire 100 more farmers this year for next season, right? And do more pounds. You get me? So I can employ more on the continent and still create opportunities for people in the diaspora, for those who want to take it. But at the same time, I'm not going to bring in all my product and say, oh, I'm just going to wait for people to get it. No. You are here, and we're literally going to the warehouse after this. But there's literally people from other countries that come in to buy this. Literally. And that's I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? You can't. So I feel like part of why I'm doing this is also R&D, research, to see what truly is the disconnect, because that's been, like I told you guys, that's my vision. How do we bridge the continent and the diaspora? So I am passionate about figuring out, like, where is the disconnect? And it's feeling more and more and more, despite how logical I make this, practical I make this. For me, it's getting to the point where it's becoming and feeling more and more like it comes down to a trust of our own.
Can I work with you?
A trust of our own. And if that's then we need to fix it, because there's no way possible we're gonna build as a people if that's the case. You can't look at other successful communities and see that that's what they're doing. No, what they're doing is creating opportunities for themselves, working within that value chain, and saying this person does this person does that, so that you all make something along that chain, not one person trying to eat it all.
Yeah.
And I've been doing this well over 10 years now. So that's just the truth. And so anyways, that's where I'm speaking from. See, for anybody on YouTube, sorry, I'm talking to the side because I'm talking to Alex. So, but Yeah, if anybody has any questions, come up. We're talking about hibiscus flowers, and I've been showing you guys daily, well, twice a week, how I'm keeping with my goal of selling over 50,000 pounds of hibiscus flowers in the United States. I show the process from the farms in West Africa, farming it, cleaning it, processing it, exporting it, importing it, warehousing it, packaging it, manufacturing it. And this is one commodity. This is one. Africa is the wealthiest continent on this planet. You can't pick a country that doesn't have at least 100 of these. So just the challenge I gave myself, and I'm willing to make for anybody in my dreams and ambition community, is going to just be for, I have true African entrepreneurs. Like there's people that inspire me, right? That I know are doing stuff there. But in my community, I'm working on, if I can work with 19 other African entrepreneurs and we can each impact 1 million lives through our business, through this value chain, then you talk about easily 20 million people. But it begins with that commitment. So that's part of my commitment is I do want to impact 1 million lives. And this is how I'm doing it. But I want us to be a part of it. So I consistently do this to make it more and more clear. Now, everybody's in a different space, in a different world. Maybe this isn't even your thing. You don't even know the first thing about hibiscus flowers, how to sell it. This is part of what we're doing right now, right? We're doing some training, some sales training, some marketing. What other aspect?
Just
Whatever.
Overall picture and understanding.
Understand.
Like you don't necessarily see the picture. I mean, for me, I had a challenge really seeing the entire vision. I probably still don't. But at this present moment, I see it even more because the product's actually here. And then now we can touch it. We're actually doing, homework, but then also applying action towards it and getting results right away. Like example, like those two gentlemen that are coming in from, they're flying in, but that's all just because, like you said, like I had challenges really understanding how to break it down. You have to connect it to flower, a different flower, and then you also have to kind of educate me on how to identify the right buyers. Through just off of one platform. It's just Amazon, like just one platform.
One platform. We didn't go to eBay. I mean, there's tons of sales channels out there.
Yep. And then too, you also say this is one product, but it's a good challenge to.
I mean, we haven't tapped the fashion industry, right? We haven't tapped some of the other food industry. Even, okay, do you know there's a big, I'm not going to say their name, because there's a big pet brand that uses hibiscus in their pet food. How many people here have pets? Mo, do you have any pets?
I don't.
Ijoma, do you have any pets?
No.
Okay.
People have pets.
Well, there's a large population of people in this country with pets. And so these pets got to eat too. It's not just humans.
And they feed them good.
And they feed them good. People, if you know people who love, I'm sure we all know somebody that treats their cat or their dog like their kid. Not that that's a bad thing, to each his own. I don't have any pets either, but people buy good shit for their pets. And so that's another interesting, like I can go on and on, but anyways, I think we have a couple minutes. If anybody wants to come up, ask any questions, now would be the time. Anybody, if this makes sense, you want to try something out, try this out, make some money or whatever it is. Like I said, it's about opening up your mind and seeing the opportunities where you are. if you're in Atlanta, if you're in Texas, like there's already markets there. It's not something fascinatingly new that you have to introduce and educate people about necessarily. You find the right buyers. Now you might want to go after the bulk market, which is different than if you want to package it yourself. Like I said, we also offer private label services. So we package them into 8-ounce bags or 1-pound bags or 5-pound bags. And they're just clear bags. You can go on Amazon and search them. But some of those people, all they do is just buy the bags and just slap their sticker on it. So there's the retail side, if you want to try and make your own brand and that's your lane, or there's the wholesale side where it's, you want to find those people who buy in bulk, like the markets and other people that make teas or things of that nature. Or you're a farmer's market type of person. I have those type of customers too. People that sell this at farmer's market. And believe it or not, you see, like, this is nothing. You'd see a bag like literally just like this, AG. You see it just like this. And they sell it to you. Like, I just went to the farmer's market. So this is it about hibiscus flowers. Today we're gonna sell some. Let's see how many pounds we can sell today, right? And then we'll see. We'll have an update for everybody, but the goal is 50,000 pounds. So let's see how much we can get off our plate today. But yeah, so thank you guys for listening. For those watching, thank you for tuning in. This is the Diary of an African Entrepreneur. If you want more content like this, or you want to know when I'm popping in and doing some of these things, you can do one of a few things. You can follow me on Instagram. I think the best thing to do, probably the most effective, where I give the most value is with my newsletter and my blog. Like that community, I do events for, different things that makes it, and particularly the events are for networking with other African entrepreneurs. No BSers, just people really doing it. So that's more of what my online community is for, with Dreams and Ambition. So you can go to dreamsandambition.com or go to the link in my bio, or just go to my blog. Sign up there. Follow me on Insta, follow me on Clubhouse, and click on whatever notification it is to get notified when I do create these rooms. And you'll be notified. Let me show these for those watching. I'm showing them the drinks. So as you can see, this is hibiscus apple, right? This is hibiscus pineapple. This is hibiscus apple, hibiscus pineapple. Yeah. And let's see, grape and hibiscus. This is the manufacturing side. And so hopefully you'll be seeing these at some of your stores as well. I'm talking about stores like your Whole Foods, your Sprouts, nicely designed. That's another thing. We'll talk about branding another time. We'll talk about marketing. Today is about sales primarily. Marketing and sales, they go hand in hand, but your branding needs to be on point. There's a lot of things you do need to have on your bottle and all of that. And it's about putting good product on the shelf at the end of the day. You have to be able to put it on the shelf, but also how to get it out. It's one thing to get your product in the store. It's another thing to try and get it out of the store. So I'll probably do that with my partner, Raphael, next time, so that he can talk more on the production side and even more on the sales side. These he's been able to get into. We've been able to get into over 200 stores.
With that drink?
Yeah.
Damn. You guys are just taking
confusing,
man.
But nobody's doing it.
Yeah.
And we're creating the opportunities. This is part of what we're passionate about. My partner, same thing. We're both born and raised in West Africa. We see these opportunities. Okay, let's take them. We keep waiting for I don't know what. Nobody's gonna come give it to you.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna come give it to you. So this is about as free information as you can get.
Yeah, you just basically on how to even just.
Yeah.
I was banging my head on them like, where do I start? With?
I just broke it down. Yeah.
Practical, simple,
practical. And that's what I say. You know, it's about just showing how it's done. I'm not going to tell you to do something I haven't done.
That's true.
I'm just not. And the truth is, there are a lot of people out there like that. I go into some rooms, so you just gotta keep quiet because if not, they say, "Oh, this person's hating." Or plus, you don't know these people, right? So I could care less. It's just online. It's internet, whatever. But this is real life. This is my real life. And it could be anybody else's. There's nothing really special about me other than I've been persistent. My principles: discipline, dedication, discernment, passion, purpose, persistence. This is all Dreams and Ambition has been about for the last 10 years. Trying to show that, trying to teach that. What does that look like? I use these same principles, right? When I was in college to get to the pros, to play for one of the most popular teams, right? In the world. But then I realized, you know what? When people see someone like me, black man, you're African, a lot of people think you have a lack of education. A lot of people think you're just coming from flies and no shoes. I've lived some of that, but just because my life started that way doesn't mean it's going to end that way. Right? So there are principles that's what I'm building this community for. It's not all sorted out. I don't have courses. A lot of people are asking for courses and things like that. I don't have all that sorted out yet, but this is what I can do. I can pop up in the clubhouse room for you real quick and teach you how to do it and say, hey, here's an opportunity. And then we can figure if there are people out there that want to be a part of the journey and want to help, and then sure, you can come aboard. There's plenty of ways to get it. And I use soccer as the perfect example for me because that's how I can illustrate different positions. Teamwork. You have one goal, but you have to play as a team. Okay, basketball, same thing. LeBron by himself cannot win a game against 5 other NBA players. Neither can Kobe. Neither can Michael Jordan. Neither can anybody. So at some point, though, it's it can get tiring trying to convince your own people constantly, like, hey, let's work.
Eventually,
let's build a team. Eventually, you're like, shit, I'm wasting more time and money trying to do this shit.
12 tons,
For a lot of people.
12 tons, brother.
12 tons is a lot. But
just the beginning, though.
You have to understand that in my industry, I'm a baby.
Yeah. We just watched the video on that too.
Yeah, right. You just saw one of my mentors. You saw his project.
Yeah, it's the same.
What is that compared to? But that's the thing. We need to think big. Most people don't even know who is the richest black man in the world. Mo, do you know? His name's Aliko Dangote. Everybody should Google him. Aliko. Last name D as in dog. AN as in Nancy. GOTE. These are the things we need to be like tapping into and learn. Like, at least to me, that's just the truth. So I'm gonna show it again one more time. That's like 50 pounds. Yeah. You know what, too? Screw it. If anybody wants hibiscus flowers, here's what I'll do. I'll give it to you for free, but you got to pay for shipping. I'll send you samples. You just got to pay for shipping. So you can DM me if you want some, and I'll send some. That way, people can know it's real and tangible. So anybody, I don't really care who you are, where you are, but you're gonna pay for the shipping yourself. I'll give you the product for free. So I think that's it. We gotta it's still the food is here, right? I'm gonna eat. Today's Eid. I'm supposed to be celebrating. It's like our version of Christmas. But I hope this was insightful. I hope it was informational. And I hope, it opens up a new lane of opportunity and insight in terms of what you can do. So that's really it for me. Mo, let's talk. We got to get you some shea butter out there. I know you can do some damage with hibiscus and shea butter out in Atlanta. And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's talk. Whenever you're done with your lunch, shoot me a text. I'm in the office right now, so whenever you're free, let's chop it up.
Sounds good. Ijoma, my sister, welcome. Yeah, you're in Canada.
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna make this interesting.
I don't have the narrative, but I do more research. I am interested in the narrative.
Okay, nice. I see you're a critic of Nigerian film industry. Awesome. Okay, what about history, political history, development in African history? Let's talk a bit about that because that will help connect some things as well, I think, for some people. So if you don't mind, let's chat a bit about it. Yeah. I said I was going to take. I'll take my. Yeah, I'll take a quick lunch later. But let's talk a bit about history, right? So we talked a bit about Unilever earlier, the Royal Niger Company. What part of history and African history to you, especially with trade? What about African history can you at least enlighten us on that may make some sense to connect with trade? Okay, awesome. But yeah, you brought us some important stuff, like you said. A lot of the colonialists in Africa today, all of them, came because of trade. As early as, for a very long time, but let's even go back to 1400s. The Portuguese were trading with West Africa since the 1400s. That's why you can see a lot of Portuguese influence still. If you go to Port Harcourt, Ijoma, where's your family from? Okay. Lagos, Delta, even Anambra. Cross Rivers. Where else? A lot of coastal states have been doing trade for a long time. So the Portuguese were some of the early ones, and then the British followed suit later, right? The British, the French, all of them came later, but the Portuguese were the ones that started doing a lot of trade, right? Before the trade of slaves, it was a lot of grains for some weaponry, for different things like that. Eventually, it got to slavery, right? And that's why you still see a lot of black people in Latin America. Brazil has the largest population of Nigerians outside of Nigeria. And you've had people go back. There's a huge community of Brazilians that move back, black Brazilians that move back to Nigeria, to their roots, that still hold their Yoruba culture. You name the countries, Latin America, so the Portuguese started a lot of that trade even to the Americas. And this is trade that still happens, not human trade, but this is trade that still happens because you still have, like I said, today I'm showing you hibiscus, but there are a plethora of commodities that are being traded now. Asia, Europe, America, everywhere. And they're used for manufacturing, probably in your phone somewhere. You know, most of us have iPhones. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one.
It's
I
12.
just got it. Yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of history there. There's the sub-Saharan trade routes. You know, so there's a lot of history between trade and black people, and that's part of why we should understand it even more. You know, we should understand it even more. And more than that, we should also be looking at manufacturing. How can we process and manufacture our own stuff? That's important. So it's also about knowing what we can do with our materials. We can't just keep waiting for other people to find it and then sell it to us. When it's like, hold on. We can make our own hair brands. We do our hair every day. We spend a lot of money on health and beauty.
They usually just come back home anyway.
You know? So, anyways, that's my 2 cents. Thank you all for joining. Again, hopefully it was insightful. And we'll do this again on Thursday or next week. I've done 2 today. I'm kind of tired. So thank you guys, Mo. It was good to talk to you here. We'll talk some more. Let's talk shea butter. Let's talk hibiscus. Let's get some product out there. That way we can come up here and say, look, this is what we've done. Like, I like making things really, really practical. You know, and at the end of the day, money's green. Okay, money's green. So money's real. Whether you're selling shoes on the street, I don't care where you're selling. If you're getting paid, that money is green. So if it's about the economics, I've broken that down. I'm trying to sell this 50 pounds. Hopefully we can sell most of it within using a network within our own people. That way we can start understanding distribution, understanding logistics, and start really brokering our own. This morning, someone was talking about how we need to get rid of the middleman from the farmer to the buyer. As much as that's a great idea, it's more of an idea of like trying to keep more in your pocket. I think there's several other ways that you can put more in your pocket without cutting. And that middleman for most of them is necessary. But my point was that we talk about, oh, this is what we should do. This is what we should do. Yet nobody steps up to do it. Nobody steps up to do it. And that's the piece for me that is different. That's where Dreams and Ambition is different. It's not about talking. It's about anybody that's action-oriented, is showing up, like Alex, then yeah, I'll invest my time into you, right? We've been doing this for years.
Yeah, now we have.
So it's not. Yeah, whether I have a course online or not does not mean I don't know what exactly. You know, most people that are selling these courses, they just
Bullshit. I mean, sorry.
yeah, it is bullshit. Like it is repetitive. Like they're just repeating something they've heard or seen somewhere else. This is, if you want to show up, you want a community where people are actually doing it and no BS, right? This is real. We do it from Cali to Accra, from LA to Lagos. That's the expand. That's our network. Whether you're in the UK, whether North America, Latin America, the African continent, our network is solid. So we'll talk more about Dreams and Ambition community another day, and talk more about whatever is in there. And I really want to build up that community in a better way. We do have a Facebook group, which I need to be more active about. But that's it for today. Thank you guys for listening, and talk to you later.